that follow him roasted on anybody. And anytime you're doing that, you're doing the purpose of Satan. Satan does that. He talks down on people. If I had to do that, I just walk away. I don't have time for that. That's low level thinking. To talk down on a person, to look down on a person. You're not taught that in here, right? Right? So you shouldn't go, and I know you're not taught it at home. You're not taught it at home, so why would you do it? And I understand why you do it, if you are doing this, watch, you want to be accepted. And you have to ask yourself, what is so special about the people that you want to be accepted by? What is it so special that makes you lower yourself to do things like that? What is so, I don't say blinging, but what's my word? Somebody help me out. What is so luring? Fascinating. Fascinating. What is so fascinating about that make you feel like you gotta throw yourself in there? Because I can just tell you, group, you don't even know how to do it right. And it just take the right person to get to you, and you're somewhere and you're feeling. And sometimes, you may realize why your parents trying to figure out what's wrong with you. They don't know that why you getting all kind of roasting at school, but now you got all kind of attitude because someone that does this for I ain't gonna say for
career.
They do it for a career. You got a career. They got you. And you don't, and now you scared to go to class. You scared to walk down because when they got you, they stay on you.
That's right.
They stay on you, but you enter that arena. You enter that arena. So you want to try to make a name for yourself, you better be careful what you enter. Because when you enter things that the Most High didn't call you into, it's hard to get out of there. It's hard. It's hard. And this is the other thing that we leading up to is there's been a number of kids committing suicide based on this stuff.
Yep.
Roasting. Over and over and over. As soon as you walk by there's that, y'all been there, some of y'all kids been there, you walk by and they start giggling. And you start tearing up in your eyes because they laughing at you. You don't want to go to school. You don't want to go to fourth period because you already know they standing at the hallway. As soon as you walk by, you trying to wait or you trying to rush from third period to get there before that group begins to get in that corner because you already know what they gonna do. And usually the reason why is because you put yourself in those positions. You done put yourself in a position, but a lot of times you don't give your parents all the information how it all got started. You just give the good side. You don't tell, this is what I was doing. And a lot of times, what you give, you will what?
Receive.
Matthew 7:12 says this. Therefore, all things whatsoever ye would that men should do to you, do you even so to them. For this is the law and the prophets. For how you want people, in other words, how you want people, look at me, don't look down, I'm not down, I'm here. What you want people to do to you, how you want people to talk to you and treat you, make sure you do that to everybody. Teachers and all, parents and all. Because let me tell you something. You could be talking down about your parents and stuff. You could be there'd be somebody you don't realize, how you were giving them that bit? You'll get it from somebody else. And using when it come back what you gave out, using when it come back to you, what's our declaration on our gift? It comes back what? Good measure. Pressed down, shaken together. In other words, it comes back a whole lot more than what you gave out. And if you don't like what you're giving out, you better change it. Because it's coming back to you. It's coming back to you. And some of them, I'm going to say this, some of them, they want to bring you into roasting because why? It's not really roasting what they want to do anyway. What they really want to do is beat you up. That's what they're not in the time of going back and forth. That's what some of you guys don't realize. They really won't watch. I just want them to say, right, I'm gonna bust them right in their mouth, and they ain't gonna even expect it. See, you got kids that are so lit like that, they're not finna keep arguing back like it shit. No, you got kids, let him say one more thing, he don't even know I'm gonna hit it. And see, that's why you don't get caught up in that. You come home with your eye, and you trying to hide, and because you done been busting your mouth. Because what? They're kids that they're not caring about arguing and going back with you. They want to put hands on you. They want to put hands on you. So you can get caught up and think, oh, I said this is your turn now. Guess what his or her turn gonna be? You gonna either get slapped or you gonna get a fist in your mouth, in your lip. Because it ain't gonna be no going back and forth like you do with your brothers and sisters. You dealing with different people with different spirits. You don't know what spirit they got. And then watch, a lot of times, when you don't listen to solid information, counsel, sometimes you have to get hit in the face to realize, wow, this is what they were trying to warn me about. So you don't laugh at them because you never know, like she said, their environment. You never know what their situation is. You never know how much pressure they up under, and you get a person up under the right enough pressure through what the living conditions and things that their family having to go through. They're not giving you words. Some of these kids are coming back shooting up schools. Some of them are hanging themselves. You got to make sure that you're not engaging in that because you're trying to look cool and want, let me say this because this is another thing, especially with my boys. You want some girl, you trying to impress some girl. You already know she ain't right with the Most High. And neither are you. So there's a difference between us and the world. That's good, Darren. That's good. Thank you. Okay. I forget the order. I think it's Mother's Day. I forgot. You remember? What did I give you? I did
He
give
just
you
had a
something.
question. He was encouraging us to give feedback because what we've seen in the classrooms and just to open up like Bianca was and with the questions that they may not ask.
I thought I told him something. I gave him something.
Yeah, it was something short.
Yeah, I gave him something.
You got some.
It'll come back. I know I gave him some. I remember him saying that.
Okay.
She got some.
Well, from what I do remember seeing you raise your hand when Elder Williams was talking about preparation and making sure. I remember you raise your hand on that, so I forget what I.
Yeah, I forgot about this. What Elijah was saying is about stress.
Yes.
Wow, 2 for 1.
How many deal with this?
But see, this is something for everybody that you can look at it as. I dealt with it from school, from the aspect of school, but he touched on the other stuff. But we don't prioritize right. We put too much energy into places that is worthless. You ever seen nobody working out? Guys like to just do upper body. They never work on their legs. So they're real big on top. Then you got these little bitty tiny legs.
Yep.
Because they put too much energy in one place and not another, they're not balanced. That's imbalance, right? So I know everybody has friends. You have people that you talk to. And let's go on a little tangent on that for just a second. Friends. I encourage y'all to do one thing. Talk less, listen more, and you'll find out what a friend is. Talk less and listen more. Out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth does what? Begin to listen to what comes out of the heart of the people that you call a friend. Are they judgmental? Always putting people down, putting people down, putting people down? If they are, what do you think they're saying about you when you're not around? That's just what they do. That's who they are. People will always reveal to you who they are.
Mhm.
And a lot of times, oh, that's my friend, they want to do, no, listen to them. Talk less, listen more.
Mhm.
And you will hear the heart or the characteristic of the person that you call a friend. And you'll know exactly what they're about to say about you when they're with somebody else.
Mhm.
It's just that we get too caught, we always wanna, I'm like, also my girl, old school, if I can't see your eyes, I find that slightly disrespectful if you're not looking at me while I'm talking. Because if I'm talking to you, I'm looking you dead in your eyes. I see one person raise his head up, thank you, sir. I'm just waiting on the other one. You want me to call your name out, or you want to do it on your own?
In the back.
Yeah, listen, guys,
Y'all gotta sit
that's
up.
what we're saying.
I find it very disrespectful if you don't look me in my eyes when I'm talking to you. Because if any of y'all come talk to me, I'm gonna look you dead in your eyes. You have my attention. If I don't, I feel like I'm disrespecting you. So I find it very disrespectful when you don't look someone when you don't look into the eyes of the person you're talking to. I mean, that's just live a little longer and you understand. You know, a lot of times we think we know so much, but the older you get, the more thing you learn. I don't know that much at all. Always learning. But really listen, because it's so easy to get caught up in, we get caught up in our emotions, we want to contribute to the conversation because I got so much to say. But really sit back, talk less, listen a lot more. And then you can judge more wisely what is or who is considered a friend or an associate. Because the friends are really hard to come by. We lose it, a lot of people use that term way too loosely, but it's really hard to come by. But back to being balanced with stress, because I have my family, they want my time. You're at an age where you begin to pull away from your family a little bit, want my own independence. I'm trying to do my own thing. I want to get caught up in this, but I got my friends, I got my family, I got church responsibility, I got school responsibility, I got all these things that need my time. But it's how are we doing as far as prioritizing your time? We can look at it a little different way. Not trying to be churchy and all that, but just be realistic. Stress, there's good stress and bad stress. For the most part, stress is something, a negative thing, right? It's a negative feeling. Where would what kingdom would something negative come out of? Okay, say, what is the opposite of stress? What would be considered the opposite of something that's stressful?
Peaceful.
Peaceful. What kingdom does that come from? When you're prioritizing, where are you spending most of your time? Where you spend most of your time, that character will you possess. Not trying to be funny, picking on you, don't worry. I'm just being real. Something I had to learn myself. Wherever you put your time in, wherever you give your most of your energy from, that you strengthen, that you look like, that you sound like, that you bear fruit from. So when your stress is coming, you begin to look at it and prioritize. You can break it all the way down to that. And then it's just two categories. Is it from the Most High or is it from the enemy? When you break it all the way down and then say, am I putting more energy in this side or this side? Then it's something that, man, it was probably one of the hardest things for me to do, is to judge the own words that come out of my mouth. We so quick to say stuff because it's funny. But when you begin to judge yourself for what comes out of you, then you can be honest with yourself and say, you know what? I put way too much energy in this negative kingdom. And the people around me, when I talk less and listen more, let's see, do they motivate me to be a better person? Personal goals that I've set, are they like-minded? Are they pursuing a like-minded goals? What do they want out of life? How can two walk together unless they agree? So,
That's good, stay right there. How, can what? Let me ask you a question with this. Based upon your friends, because the reason you hang with them friends is because you what? Agree. You're only with them because you agree with them. What would that friendship tell us about your friends that you had agreement with? What would that tell us about you? The people that you hang with or call your friends is because you're agreeing on something. That's the only reason you hang with them. And the agreement is something about you. What would that tell us about you? Does that make sense? Your agreement is the reason why you hang together. So what that friendship would tell us about you, like Jonathan and David, they were about what? The Most High's will. What would that agreement tell us, the people you call your friends, what would it be called? How would it be defined? Would it be defined as perversion, righteousness, jealousy, hidden, some friendships are hidden, like, you camouflage, you find, they're hidden, they hide a lot. Why you hang with a person that always can tell they hiding something? Why you hanging with them? You can already tell they hiding something. What's make you friend with a person that hiding something? How can two walk together unless they agree? There's an old saying saying, all I need to do is see your friends, who you hang with, and I can tell you what kind of spirit is ruling you, what's in you. Show me your friends. I'm sorry.
while we on the friends thing, if you don't want your friends to meet your parents, you already know that's somebody you probably don't need to be around. Right or wrong?
You right. I'll speak.
But because we think our parents don't know.
Can I ask this? How many of you all can say that your parents know all the people that you hang around? All of them. And if they don't, there's a reason why, right? Y'all gonna talk? Come on, thank you. Thank you. Because watch, the issues that we're having with you is because a seed that's in you. Something that's negative that gotta come up out of you. I ain't no need of you coming talking about you hate or you don't like somebody. No, it's something in you that gotta come up out of you. And until you willing to confess, I'm sorry, we're gonna go this way. Until you willing to confess what it is, you can continue to try to make your parent or whoever think it's something else. But we're here to help you. You see what I'm saying? Because it's gonna continue to go on, and watch them friends that you're connected to, they help feed it. They help it stay there. That's why you hang with them. Like a certain friend that watch, if I get with them, that can't stay inside of me. You know that? So watch, the friend that you're connected to, they help also strengthen something inside of you. In other words, they help it remain in you. Is that friendship that you're connected to, what they helping to remain in you, should it be remaining in you? Should it be remaining in you? Because everybody ain't a friend. The Bible says that Satan has dressed himself up as an angel of light, and so has his servants. His servants are teenagers and on down, and adults. So your friend, the friends that
that you're connected to, you're in agreement with, they strengthening something to remain in you. Is it righteousness? Is it the ways of the Most High as an obedience to what He say? What do they strengthen to remain inside of you? Does that make sense?
You ever wonder why y'all attract people like that to be your friend? Anybody ever wonder why? You ever seen that little pendulum thing? I think it's what it's called, a little ball you hit up here, it pops out.
Yeah, engineer.
All right. What do you get here? You get sound doctrine. Stuff is coming at you. You get adults that will feed, tell y'all stuff we wish we would have known growing up. Y'all getting taught what we just found out a few years ago about who we really are. We just finding this out. And y'all young and y'all finding it out now. So, if you're finding this out now, does the enemy want you to be strong and confident in the kings and queens who you are? Or is he going to try to tear it down? Everything you fed is something good. He's going to send something at you to negate what you've been learning here. And it's not going to be obvious, because if it's obvious, you shut it down. He'll come in and dress himself up as what we call friends. And y'all will be able to relate on that level. They could even quote scriptures, and you'd be like, oh yeah, they cool. They quote cool. But then they start joking about something. The next thing you know, you look back and evaluate, John, don't talk about church no more. That's kind of how we got together, but we don't really talk about it. If I sit back and evaluate, how did we get here? It's one thing, another thing I've seen is progressive. The end result, which everybody talks about, is death. That's the most obvious. Judas, we saw what happened to him, but it's the process before you get there. He didn't start off right there. No doubt when he first became his disciple, no doubt he was right there with them. But he had something inside of him, like greed, that he might not even knew or really was aware that it was there. But when he began to see that money, it ignited what was already in him. And he fell prey to it because he couldn't let it go, because he loved that more than he loved the Most High. So he was led away by your own lustful desires. When Satan comes at you with something, you gotta remember, he's been around for a long time. He has so much data on understanding how we work. And he's going to attack you before you learn how you work. Because you're easy to fall prey to something when you don't understand it. But he understands your character. But that's why you get stuff from all these people in here. Anybody in here can feed you whatever you want to know. Somebody in here probably done been through. And if we haven't been through it, we know somebody who has. But
Amen. Amen. And we're going to take that a little bit farther. Amen. But that part that's talking about how can two walk together unless they agree. And I would say this, that they are friends that your parents don't know nothing about. That's why you don't have any hidden feelings. You get all that stuff out in the open. Because what you think is hidden is in the open spiritually. And then watch, this is how you know, watch, that it comes in open, because eventually you'll act on it. If you try to hide it and suppress it. A seed is suppressed, you know that? It's suppressed by the soil. After a while, what happens? It don't stay a seed, do it? Okay. What you see, what seemed to have been invisible starts peeking up out the ground, don't it? And so that's why I say we watch you, I watch, just the course of the semester, and like I said, our hats go off to you guys and things that endured through all that you have to go through, but we don't wanna settle it. There's some places that we can get better in, right? Even as adults, we can get better. And so when I see things that are off, I can't just sit there and think we finna sing hallelujah. No, we're gonna take, I don't care if we take, the next time we get out, we're gonna take it out and make sure you get a good understanding of what's going on, because if not, you'll continue to go in that wrong direction. And if it's not the direction of the Most High, it'll end up destroying you, because you're suppressing. That's why I asked you, everybody asked, because everybody could have asked a question. Because it's all something they're watching. In other words, I'll ask a question, that means I got it all together. I'm feeling good, I got it. And you see, watch, when you don't ask a question, I just come up with the questions. You see that? Because I know you ain't got it all together, not at that age. I know I didn't. I know what all kind of things that come at you when you leave outside of these doors, all kind of emotions and things. And so instead of peeking on Twitter, Snapchat, YouTube, and whatever, all these different sites that I don't really know about. No, we're gonna deal with it according to the way the Most High says deal with it. Okay, all right. Sister B, I think you were the last, amen. We're gonna deal with this one, because this one is the grand, one of the granddaddies of them. Yes.
All right, so my question that I said I'm gonna ask, and the kids might not want to say anything, but my question was, so what do the kids do if they're having a conversation with someone and it goes sexual? And my other question, there's two.
I remember that one. But y'all remember her other one?
Cause I know I was talking about cell phones and, I don't know, it was another little.
Or if they start touching or something like that.
Well, I had asked that one, added it on to.
Oh, that's.
Oh, and boyfriends and girlfriends, yes.
Boyfriends and girlfriends.
Thanks, Denise.
Okay, I'm gonna give you guys, when you're talking to someone at your age, like I said, we're dealing with teenagers on down, and it goes sexual. Who created sex? What was sex created for? Marriage, right? Anything outside of marriage is what? What is fornication? What is it? Sex Sex outside of marriage. Whether it's phone sex, oral sex, that's sex outside of marriage, which goes up on the what? And it's called what? Fornication. Why would I be talking about sex and I'm not married? Because it's done all the time. Every day, there's a conversation in a couple hours. You get to school, that's what you go hear. You go see boys and girls in the hallway like they're married, lip locking and grinding on one another, sitting in each other's laps. You're gonna see girls and girls together. You're gonna see boys and boys together. You're gonna see boys hanging with girls, but they got feminine spirits. You're gonna see girls hanging with boys because they think they're boys. Masculine. You know all this stuff happens because they're outside of the will of God, and another spirit takes a hold of them. So I'm gonna give you an example, because we have to, as adults, we have to be able to start giving them examples of how it happened to us. When I was in college, there was this young lady, I would sit by myself in the cafeteria a lot. Not, I wouldn't, I didn't disassociate myself from people. And JT never tell you, I was, it just, that's just how I was. Most people thought I was mean, they thought I looked mean. So a lot of times they were just scared. But they ain't never got to know me. Once they got to really know me, like, man, he ain't like that. But I know this one girl, and I know she liked me, but I ain't. But my mind was set on what the Most High say, and so she came over there to the little table I sat at, and she started making her move. And I just kept eating. It's like, good, I'm glad. She was like, can I get your number? I said, sure. Then I started sharing the word with her and started sharing what the Most High had did in my life and sharing how I began to start serving the Most High. I began to tell her how, no, I wasn't even raised in church. Can you believe that? Next thing I know, she was getting her stuff. I said, hold on, wait. She didn't want to hear that. Because, watch, I guess, because I'll always get this, you don't look like a church boy. And I ain't a church boy. I just believe the scriptures. But she wasn't feeling that, and I guess she thought I would do like most boys. She's a pretty girl, nice shape, but that didn't move me. And so when I began to talk to her about and share, because I knew I had a purpose to share God with whoever. And that always, when they come at me like that, she was coming on strong, and even the way said, well, how was it? Did she say anything sexual? Sometimes people don't have to say things sexual, they talk with their eyes. They talk with their lips. They do all kind of things with their body to try to hypnotize you. You know what I'm saying? Women know how to do it, and men know how to do it. They walk different. With her, it was her eyes, these lustful, just lustful eyes. Like, yeah, you don't know my past. So I can see through all that. And so when I started sharing that, when I started sharing the word with her, guess what? What was inside of her didn't agree with that word. So guess what it made her do? Bye-bye. And this is the reason why some of you you're wrestling with girlfriends and boyfriends, because they ain't coming to you with no word. They're coming at you with physical, sexual, what they call innuendo, what they call it. Yeah. And guess what? And the reason they stay with you, because guess what? You're feeding it. You're feeding it. What you present, your presentation is the reason what draws them. What you're presenting is what makes them stay. What I was presenting to that young lady, he said, bye. I said, wait, you still want my number? I think, back the dorm number was just your room number, yeah. I gave it to her while she was walking away. Hit me up. Hit me up. And the reason why you say, why are they hitting? Because it's what you present. What you're giving off makes them stay. What you're letting out keeps them coming back. Am I right? Ain't no way you start telling people about the Most High and they make it sexual that they finna keep coming at you. No. You feed it. It's like they say about a stray dog, right? If you keep feeding them, they'll never leave your house. So you have to ask yourself, when they coming at you, why do they feel like they have a right to come at you like that? Why do they feel like they have a right to send you pictures of them in their panties and their bra? Why do they feel like they can come show you things like that? And why? Look at me. Why? Because watch, you ain't show no, what's happening usually is what you show that you in agreement with it. And whatever you in agreement with keeps getting what? It's like that dog. Keep coming back. And that's why your parents and nobody knows who they are. And if what, this is what I found out. You may watch, let a parent know that agree with it, but you know not to let the one that you already know where the other one stand at. You say, why it seem like they're so hard? The parents, so the Bible says train you guys and young women up in the way that you should go. The way, what is that way? What is that way we should train you up, kids? What is the way that he's talking about? What is the way though? Yes, upright, but what is the way? The way is the what? The word. The way is the commandments. The way is the instructions of the Most High. Not like some of these parents, ooh, they look cute together, don't they? Train them up in the way. The way is his commandments. That they should not what? Depart what? From them. Because when you go to all these places, school, guess what? There are other folks that ain't been trained up in their way, and their whole agenda is to get you to do what? Make you depart from the commandments and begin to obey other instructions, Satan's instructions, the instructions that they obey. And if you give in once, you'll give in twice. And if you watch, you continue, because this is where how do you give in? You keep listening to it. You so crazy. But guess what? You've been listening to this craziness for an hour now. You must like it. Stop. You need to stop, girl. But you won't stop and hang the phone up, bro. You see? You mean I can't have a hug? No. What's someone, God gonna kill me? You know, and when they find out because some of you have already said, God don't want, and they'll be like, God gonna strike me down just for hugging you. You my friend.
Yes.
And some of y'all, how many done got that? Because you done tried to say, God, but what? You ain't really standing. You kind of, but God don't want me to stop. And then watch you just giving in without a struggle. Serious. Or you put yourself you know you got a desire for somebody and you keep putting yourself in their pathway. You know what you're doing. You join that just because he over there. She over there. That's why you're there. Oh, you don't hear me calling you and I'm here to pick you up. What you doing? You think I don't know these games? Come on, man. That's why some of them join the functions they join. All you gotta do is start watching. There you go, right there. And then what they act so, stop. Stop. Too still, too fake. Just stop. And guess what? That grows inside of you. That grows. And once, like I say, once you let a person touch you, you'll continue to do it. One thing about sex, when you wake that up, it's hard for it to go back to sleep. And watch. What's an STD? You mean I can't get a little kid's knee around the corner? Boom. Not realizing, watch, they open their mouth, see all them sores in their mouth? Now you got sores on your tongue and your mouth. One of my clients that I trained began to show me this stuff about how people don't realize, look at that, asking them open their mouth and lick their tongues. I got all kind of open sores and sores on their tongue. Cause you like they nasty. And they tell you they may wanna suck your penis or lick you between your legs and all that stuff. Yeah, I'm gonna go there because nobody wants to talk about this, but you know we don't put no cut on it here. And then all that stuff is cancer, but you don't see that. And then you's like, I guess. And you watch, cause I remember when I was younger, you want to kiss somebody, you start practicing kissing your hand. That's too wet. See what I'm telling you? See, I'm trying to give y'all what we used to do. Cause what you ain't been trained like that, but now you've been looking at all these social sites and all these rappers that's in y'all generation that promote all this. And guess what? Now I send you to, in that thing and watch. Then you at home, watch this. Cause you look at me straight. Y'all need to look at me pure straight without a blinking of an eye. You in the room at your house twerking in your panties and thing, but your parents don't know that you in there doing it. Yeah, you know you twerk. Yeah.
Boys and
Yeah.
girls.
Yeah, the boys are twerking. That's why I watch. Don't laugh. You laughing too hard. Stay with me. Because nobody teaches. Now, I'm not here to beat you because yeah, we used to do stuff like that too. And so I guess I'd be the open sacrifice to be open to you. So cause why? You start entertaining stuff like that, you get yourself in a whole lot of trouble. I know classmates today can't get up because guess what? That everybody understands about the STD. But what about an STS? Yeah. Sexually transmitted spirits.
Soul ties.
Sexually transmitted spirits that you hear nobody talk about. When you have sex with a person, the spirits that they carry, whether it's suicide, whether it's homosexuality, it begins to possess you. Whether it's depression, that's why somehow the adults are trapped, because guess what? Sexually transmitted spirits. You can't see them, but if you do, you can see them. That's why you say, why are the adults so out? Because guess what? So much sex with so many people, and the preachers haven't done with it because they don't have no power to deliver them. So they got all this stuff, and why they keep going in the vicious cycle, having sex with this person, that person, and all what? Most spirits. Because you become one with a person's spirit when you have sex with them. And if they've been with multiple people, guess what? Them spirits take over you. Sexually transmitted spirits. Can't see them, can you? Well, you say, how do you can see them? Just watch a person's actions and attitude, their character. They tell you what's been transmitted to them. That's why I even talk to Mary about saying so much more than what getting some or come give me some. If a person's spirit ain't right, it can wear you down. It can bring you, you can feel it. But most people don't know that. They just gotta have the physical, I need some. No, I don't need to be weighted. See, it's more to say. That's why even with sex, man, you gotta, even with America, I say you have to be careful what are you giving your spouse? What are you giving to them? It's more than just the act of sex. You give a whole lot off. You can be a burden, you can be a weight. Because whatever's on you go come on, they're gonna have to deal with that mess and wrestle with it. Sexually transmitted spirit. So when they on there singing about this stuff and he rap, they don't know nothing about that because what? The devil wants you watch. Dumb, my people perish. The Most High say for what? A lack of knowledge. If I can keep you ignorant and keep you knowledgeable unto the things of the world, then guess what?
I can watch kill you as it relates to the spirit, because it's more than what you see. It's more than what you see. So why are these kids why are their parents so sexual? And them soul ties will never cut off in their parents, so guess what? The kids are like that. And they promote it. Here's a condom. I give you no condom. For what? Where did the Bible say give them a condom? It's not in there, is it? The condom usually has been created, watch, for the promotion of sex outside of the will of God. Because if you're doing it right way, the will of God, there will be no STDs. Negative things happen when you do it outside of the will of God. And like I say, it starts by, can I get a hug? No, for what? A hug? My body don't belong to you. The Bible says what? This body is the body of who? Our body is the temple of who? It's the temple of the Holy Spirit when you're single. And it stays the temple. When it gets married, when you get married, the Bible says that the body belongs to the man, and the wife's body, the husband's body belongs to the wife. No, you should be holding hands with nobody. Are you married to him? No. Can you provide for him? No. When did the Most High give Adam a wife? When he was he a boy? Huh? He was not a boy. He was a what? A man. And Adam had a job, right? He had responsibilities. And he needed Eve to help him with his what? Responsibilities. So today with teenage watch, it's not so much about I need help with responsibilities, it's all sexual kind of thing. And so yeah, it said, oh, no. And you start letting them say, can I get a kiss? Can I? You already know. Because you got some guys and girls that don't care how innocent you act, sometimes they'll just do it anyway. And sometimes you may think they're cute, and you might not show no fight. And you don't show no fight, guess what? This gets like this now. Let me see how far I can go. But usually you don't want to tell until they may do something that they went, but you ain't tell them you will let them do that. You've been letting them do that all year. They just take it a little too far, huh? Your presentation, amen, is what draws people to you. I'm sorry, I don't know if I covered it. Anything on that? The other one is homosexuality. I want to read this real quick. Why does it happen? Some of our kids, when we started school this year, was faced with being approached by the same sex. And we don't teach that because that's not biblical. You say, why does that happen? Because you need to know why that happens. Because if you get anybody telling you that that's okay, the devil is a liar. It is not okay. And this is why it happens. It says in Romans chapter 1. Let me see where I want to go there. Verse 18. It says, for the wrath of Yahuwah is revealed from heaven against all ungodliness and unrighteousness of men who hold the truth in unrighteousness. Say the Most High is going to judge, and his wrath is going to be on the people. Watch. They don't follow what he say. They do what they want to do, basically. Verse 19 says, because that which may be known of Yahuwah is manifest to them, for Yahuwah has showed it unto them. In other words, the Most High shows you and given you what he expects, what he commands, not how we feel, not how we think about it. It's all about what he says, and it's our job to line up. And
In other words, when I say line up, that means to obey what he says, okay? Verse 20 says, for the invisible things of him, for the creation of the world, are clearly seen, being understood by the things that are made, even his eternal power and of the Godhead, so that they are without an excuse. In other words, say, you got all kind of witnesses, watch, where we have no excuse for going against what he has said. We have no excuse. If there's something that we're wrestling with that's against him, watch, through his word, there is deliverance where that could come up out of you. You hear what I'm saying? We could be delivered and healed by his word. Okay? Verse 21 says, because that when they knew Yahuwah, they glorified him not as Elohim, neither were thankful, but became vain in their imagination, and their foolish heart was darkened. It said they knew him. They knew what the Most High expected of him, but they decided to go against him. They decided to do whatever they wanted to do. And in their own imagination, they did whatever they wanted, however they wanted, whenever they wanted. But they knew what the Most High expected of them, had commanded of them. Okay, watch this. Professing themselves to be wise, they became fools. So professing themselves to be wise, they became fools. In other words, watch. Your wisdom can have you thinking what you're hiding things that people don't see what's in you. You see, that's what sin does. Sin makes you foolishly wise, which is ignorant. It makes you think, well, you're hidden, but what? People, something ain't right about you. But watch, that's what sin, when you're carrying the seed of a seed, you know, what a seed is a word. When you're carrying instructions in your heart that you're following that's not of God, it blinds you to the truth where you don't think nobody see you. But what? Your ways, your actions are off. They don't line up with the Most High say. So it makes you foolish to yourself. In other words, it blinds you to you don't even see yourself. You don't even know that you're doing it. And it makes you also foolish to think nobody else sees you. But those that watch, that follow the word and have the Most High's word hidden, they can see something ain't right. Something is not right. Okay? It says this. All right. Professing themselves to be wise, and became fools and changed the glory of the uncorruptible Elohim into an image, and made like to corruption man, and to birds and four-footed beasts and creeping things. Watch this. Wherefore, the Most High also gave them up to uncleanness through what? The lust of their own hearts. Because they didn't follow him, he said, watch, he let a spirit take over them. Because they chose not to follow him, they would hear what the Most High would say. You know how you can be in hearing and you choose to go to sleep? You choose to tune your parent out. They're telling you what the Most High say. The scriptures say, watch, the Most High let an evil spirit take you over. How many of you want an evil spirit to take you over? That's why I get afraid when I see, even adults, I'm dealing with adults and I see them in the same frame. I'm like, oh my God, do they understand? You keep standing there. Do you understand? Because we don't understand the spirit part. He said he allowed the evil spirit to take them over. Because they chose not to do what the Most High say. Watch. He gave them up unto vile affections, for even, watch, he gave them up to vile affection. In other words, vile means perverted. Perverted affection. Perverted, in other words, affection means desires. Perverted means disgusting unto the Most High. He says, for this cause God gave them up unto vile affections. Look at this. For even their women did change the natural use into that which was against nature. And likewise also the men, leaving the natural use of the woman, burned there in lust one towards another. Men with men, working that which unseemly, and receiving into themselves the recompense of their error. And it says, watch, the women begin to change their natural order. So what does that mean, the woman began to change their natural order? That means she did what?
Talk to me, kid, because I want y'all to understand this. If the woman begin, so saying Samaj, change, what is, come here, Samaj, no, I'm sorry. It's all right.
Use an adult.
Yeah, I'm just into it now, so, say a sister B. What is she? So if she changed her natural order, what is her natural order? Huh? A woman.
Her female.
So I want the kid to talk to me. If she changes her natural order, then what she would change into then? She starts acting like a what? A man. Yeah, okay. So it says what? She gave them over to what? Foul affection, perverted. Watch. They wouldn't hear what the Most High was saying. He kept giving them the words. Her natural order, she's a woman, she should what? Act like a what? A woman. Should she be acting like a man? No. Okay. So it says the men. He said what? The men, they did what? Change their what? Come here, Elder William. Look at it. Is he up here twisting? Walk, Elder William. Is he twisting? Is he up here doing this? Huh? Is he up there doing that? No. What is his natural order? What is he first? He's a what? No, talk to him. I don't hear all y'all. He's a what? You sure he's a man? Yes. All right. So if he changes his natural order, what does he start acting like? Did the Most High call him to act like that? No. The Most High let an evil spirit take over the ones that act like that, because guess what? They would not obey him. There's a cost when you pay when you don't obey him. And you keep hearing the Most High say what? You say, well, how do people get like that? You always hear me say, it's something that's going to happen. And until you get that seed up out of you, it will take over you. If you try to hide it, it will take over you all your life if you're not careful. So no, we should not see a woman, and we should not see no man twisting and hang around women all the time. That's not manly. That's not womanly. And anytime you say, well, how do you deal with it? You at school, you let them know. Then you let your parent know, we're going to go to the school. No matter what the government is pushing. No, you don't try to force yourself on nobody. And if what? You show any tendencies of that, guess what? Go draw to you. Huh? How can two walk together unless they what? Agree. Whatever's inside of you will attract people. Now watch. You'll get some of them that what will try, right? To see if you like that. Right? But quickly, because I had one, and that also tried me. I was at a Rotary Club with Sister Marlena. One of these was about 6'4". Hey, how you doing? He's a server. I said, I'm fine. Where the potatoes at? He said, over there. He said, your outfit look nice, thank you. So he thought, he's like, he came, you have a number? I said, sure. I gave him a number. That joker called me that night. Y'all already know what he got, because I already know my purpose. I don't do men at all. I don't care if that, I realize he got a spirit inside of him that's what's changing him from his natural order to try to hit on me. I'm a man, brother, I ain't no woman. So guess what? I begin to tell him what words say. Okay, I said, hold on. He was trying to go, no, you wanted me. You got me now. You got all of me. You got me now, brother. You got all of me. But unlike the churches today, they're going to let them sit because they can sing, and the Most High sent them there not for you to prostitute them, churches, preachers, because they can sing because you're not in the truth. You just want people to pack your church out. These people, a lot of them have been molested, that have been raped, and no one has ever dealt with it. They're sitting there for you to be delivered if you got any power. Not to rape them for their gift. So no, we should never see you like that. And so what do? No, you say, do you curse them out? No, you let them know, I don't go for that. You say, and the reason I went over that scripture, I show you what happened. A lot of these kids, like I said, I've dealt with so many, most of them been secretly molested. And so we talk about that because what? If you wrestle with it's something that happened, it's something that done took place. And until you admit it, guess what? A seed is suppressed under the soil, right? Right? After a while, guess what happens? That seed, guess what? I'm trying to hide it. It start coming out. No matter, the only way that seed don't come out, it don't show no more, we got to get to the root. What happened? How it got there? We root it up. And then watch. You like, I don't feel it because guess what? It's been derooted. It has no place in you no more. Long as anything that's suppressed will take root and grow. Anything. Yes, ma'am. I'm sorry.
Okay, I remember. I forgot. I was just gonna say real quick, just looking at Apostle Mike's response, you can absolutely tell that he's not going that way. Cause you saw how he was like, no, where are the potatoes? Like his face was serious, there was no smirk on his face. So if people come to you in a sexual manner and you're like, no, but you still stay right there, that's not okay. That's a problem. Like Apostle Mike had no choice but to stay there because he had to eat, or whatever. But I mean, if you're on the phone with somebody or you having conversations with somebody, and you still stay right there, that's a problem. So like he was saying, there must be something in you that's condoning what they're doing. And that's not okay, and it needs to be uprooted, like he said. And you don't need to walk around trying to hide it, but it needs to be dealt with. And it's not fun and games. It's something that you can keep, like he said, trying to suppress. No, it needs to be confessed. It needs to be dealt with because it's not right. And it'll start with one little conversation. Then that conversation will go to holding hands and touching and hugging and all those kinds of things. And next thing you know, you're having sex. Next thing you know, you're pregnant. Next thing you know, you got some STD. And then it's not fun. Then. But you wanted to be grown all that time. But then, like I told y'all before, but then when grown stuff hits you, then you want to try to be a baby. No, you weren't a baby when you laid down and had sex. So you're not a baby now.
And I'm going to leave it off this, and we'll touch base back on the Sunday. Girls. All these girls want to hug. I'm like, it's so good. You want to hug and don't be kissing. That's not, no, you don't kiss on another girl. You don't kiss me on my cheek. You don't, because that's where it's kind of hidden at with the girls. It's hidden and you kissing and holding her hand. Come sit in my lap, I do your hair. No, you don't, no. Do you sit in your hairdresser lap when she doing your lap? But it's the little subtle things. And I'm going to stop right there. We're going to go through TBC. Amen, amen, amen. All right. All my speakers, amen. Let's give everybody a hand.